It started as a simple question in Washington, but within seconds, everyone in the room knew this wasn't routine. This was something explosive. When Senator John Kennedy leaned into the microphone and began asking about phone records, subpoenas, and sitting U.S. senators, the implication was impossible to ignore. Was the government secretly digging into the private communications of elected officials? The hearing had barely settled when Kennedy turned to Attorney General Pam Bondi and posed what sounded like a hypothetical, but didn't feel like one at all. If a special counsel wanted the phone records of a sitting senator, could they just walk into a telecom company and demand them? Bondi answered quickly, "Of course not." But Kennedy didn't stop. He laid out the reality. No telecom company would hand over sensitive data without legal authority. They'd demand a subpoena. They'd ask which judge approved it. They'd want to know why investigators were targeting a sitting member of the United States Senate. And that's when the room started to feel the weight of it. Because to get records like that, investigators need more than curiosity. They need probable cause, real evidence of a possible crime. So Kennedy pushed the point further. If investigators requested the records of not one, but 8 sitting senators, what does that mean? That's not routine. That's a political earthquake. Bondi acknowledged the legal process. Yes, subpoenas require justification. Yes, there must be cause. But Kennedy shifted the focus again, this time to the telecom companies themselves. Even with a subpoena, they don't have to comply blindly. They can challenge it. They can go to court. They can file a motion to block it. And when the target is a sitting U.S. senator, any responsible legal team would think twice. Because handing over that kind of data carries serious risks: legal exposure, privacy violations, public backlash. Then came the moment everyone remembered. Kennedy joked that maybe telecom executives should have gone to Amazon and bought some courage before handing over those records. The room reacted, but beneath the humor was a serious accusation. Did powerful institutions quietly allow this to happen without resistance? Then Kennedy turned back to Bondi and asked the question that changed everything. Did she have the subpoena documents? She refused to answer. He pressed again. Do they even exist? Again, no answer. Bondi cited ongoing investigations. She couldn't discuss it. But that silence only made things louder. Kennedy warned, this isn't going away. If those records were obtained improperly, the consequences could be massive: lawsuits, investigations, congressional oversight. And then he asked one final, chilling question. If a special counsel under your authority sought the phone records of a sitting U.S. senator, wouldn't you expect to know? Bondi's answer was simple, and it left the entire room thinking. They better have. That short response from Pam Bondi left the room in silence. Because either way, it raised serious questions. If she wasn't informed, it points to a breakdown in oversight. But if she was informed, it opens the door to something far more explosive. Who authorized it and why? And the hearing was far from over. Senator John Kennedy suddenly shifted focus to another controversy tied to Jeffrey Epstein. He brought up comments made by Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick in an interview, where Epstein was described as possibly one of the greatest blackmailers ever. The claim? That Epstein allegedly lured powerful figures into compromising situations, secretly recorded them, and used that as leverage. Kennedy didn't hesitate. He asked Bondi directly, had she reviewed the full transcript of that interview? She hadn't, only a clip. Then came the sharper question. Had the FBI interviewed Lutnick about those claims? Her answer? No. Kennedy appeared stunned, because if someone connected to Epstein publicly suggests blackmail involving powerful individuals, shouldn't investigators act immediately? Bondi responded carefully, saying if Lutnick wanted to speak and if the FBI chose to pursue it, it could happen. But Kennedy's tone made one thing clear. He believed the Justice Department should already be acting. Because if Epstein truly built influence through blackmail, that would mean one thing: hidden leverage over powerful people. And that possibility has fueled speculation for years. By the time Kennedy finished, the hearing had cracked open multiple controversies at once: possible surveillance of sitting senators, the role of telecom companies, oversight failures inside the Department of Justice, and lingering, unanswered questions about Epstein's network. None of it was resolved that day. But something became obvious. Trust is breaking down. Lawmakers are questioning investigators. Investigators are refusing to answer. And every unanswered question only deepens the suspicion. For Kennedy, the issue was simple. If the government really accessed the private phone records of sitting U.S. senators, the public deserves answers. Who approved it? Why did it happen? And was the law actually followed? Because in a democracy, the idea that elected officials could be secretly investigated without clear accountability isn't just controversial, it's explosive. And judging by the tension in that room, this story is far from over.